Hello, dear viewers. This is gonna be kind of a different video than I'm used to. Ignore these snow sounds. There's just snow where I record at the moment. This video is actually kind of important and different from all what I've done. Is that you've heard me over the years discuss, or however long it's been, discuss different ideas I want to do, and I've even done some of them, like the I'm in Base series. But I've also discussed doing original ideas, different concepts, and playing around with things that I just don't normally get to, or original concepts, that type of thing. I'll just put that in human words. And I've actually gotten pretty close to getting, and I'll actually show you something. The Fifth City is not really a story, but a setting. But this one I'm suggesting is an actual story with characters, monsters for hire, as I'm calling it. And yes, it did take me a few weeks to come up with that name. I'm terrible at naming things. But anyway, and I kind of want to do the story. However, my art department is not particularly interested in doing it. She doesn't want to, really, as she puts it. However, she has willingly discussed that she might be more interested to do it if there was actual some fan base or some actual interest in it, rather than just wild speculation of whether it's popular or not. So, my hopeful goal is to use this video to drum up enough popularity for it that she'll actually be interested in doing it, and ignore the melting snow. The major goal being, of course, that if this video and enough interest can be drummed up about it, she'll be willing to do it, and then I can actually give it to you after, she draws it and such. Now, the Monsters for Hire story, of course, you're probably reasonably asking, well, why do I want to help you get it? I mean, what's the story about? Well, long story short, I wanted to play around with mainly though it isn't a cartoon. I honestly felt that a lot of stories don't do the type of things I like to see them do. I like seeing, traditional pseudo-heroes, at least, or, just generally good people fight villains and slay monsters and such. You don't see that as often as I would kind of like to, and the story, based somewhat on the concept of the universal monster, classic monsters from mythology and fiction, kind of just exists in this world. They hang out in their own little realm, and in this premise and such, of course, most of them are kind of neutral-ish, or at the very least don't bother the rest of humanity. And, some of them do to some extent. So are a team of crack heroes, and by that I mean a bunch of misfits who came together because it was beneficial for all parties, and one of them had a house. So they team up to, take down. Every hypothetical episode or story would be them hunting a new different creature and, saving the day and whatnot. And there's a lot I could do with it. I don't want it to be super complex. I'm not saying I won't go into more deep ideas, but this isn't a story about, we're gonna delve into the nature of humanity. This isn't, it's supposed to be a relatively fun, with horror elements and such, just a whole lot of things, but mostly just focusing on, our team of good monsters. Good monsters is kind of what I go with that. Teaming up to fight, evil monsters who want to harm people. And, once again, every episode they have a new monster they have to deal with. It's literally the definition of monster of the week. And I do want to do the story, and we have several characters I would be quite happy to get to show you guys and introduce you to. Some of them based on books, from books, from around the time period where the main characters usually come from, to more original characters, to some that are straight up just my own little creations, but usually having some basis in mythology or fiction, because that's kind of where they all come from. They're all traditional monsters to some extent, or at least, Party City monsters that you put on Halloween decorations. And that's kind of where the elements that are good monsters are kind of more classic, more heroic. They're like, oh, it's the Frankenstein's monster and ghost, that type of thing. Things that we're more familiar with. And the ones they fight against are often more traditionally evil, more straight up malicious, that type of thing. And that's part of what helps us sympathize with our heroes, is that, we kind of understand them, we don't understand the bad ones. And I could give you a quick rundown of some of the characters, though I don't want to spoil too much about them, as I'm much more of a fan of the show don't tell method when it comes to character introductions, as I feel telling you about a character doesn't really show them off as much as the story actually just introducing you to them. But I do have some highlights I'd like to introduce you to. Actually, I won't. But I will have them shown on screen so you kind of get their name and some of their gist. I won't explain everything, as there is some stuff I would like to keep secret for the first part of the story, whenever that comes out, and well, delve into all kinds of monsters. We'll go to mythologies to all over the world. One episode they could deal with a vampire from New England, and next episode they're off battling Wendigos, or going to Africa and battling monsters. It doesn't matter. Now, where you go, there'll always be, no matter where they go in the world, or what monsters they battle, it's their whole struggle against them, using their own powers to help save the day. It's literally just me mixing several things I like. Everything from Saturday morning cartoons to old Victorian books. Those old, like, Bram Stoker's Dracula and H.G. Wells' Time Machine, to horror stories they see today, to even creepypastas, and all these different things, as stupid as it sounds, coming together. And what I hope will make an interesting, fun story, with the artwork done by my lovely sister, who I'm trying to, again, is the person I'm trying to convince to do it. But I need, of course, your help to drum up enough support to make it happen. I don't have any set goal. I tried suggesting one to her, but she was disinterested in set goals. So what I really just need you guys to do is just share this video around, give it to anyone you think will be interested. Just anyone. Like, you might like this kind of story, and just give reviews, comment under this video, like it. I'm not a big fan of trying to, like, ask or force people. No, I can't like force, but ask around. I'm not a big fan of that type of thing. But I really do want this. I really do want to tell the Monsters of Fire story and get to show it to you. And I just spent a lot of time working on it, and I honestly think, from the bottom of my heart, that there is a market for the story. There are people who will like it and enjoy and want to see it. As I'm not a fan of those. Like, I criticize stories a lot. I criticize things I don't like a lot. You know what I mean? It's half my channel. But I don't want to be just the guy who criticizes about all the things he doesn't like in the world. And one of the aspects is, I don't like how some stories are done these days. I don't like a lot. In many ways, I don't see the stories being told I want to see be told. So I do what, instead of just complaining about and be like, oh, I don't like this, or oh, this isn't good, which I will probably still continue to do because I like to complain from time to time. I also want to make the stories I want to tell, show the world what I think will make good stories, and prove and show that they are good stories worth telling. And if you want to see the story, if you want to see Monsters for Hire, or you want to see my weird hybrid storytelling, then, please support this video, support all of this, comment, ask any questions you want down below. Any questions you want, I can probably answer within reason. I can't go into too much detail, but I can't go into detail about certain things, but I can't, tell you, what's going to be episode 37. I don't have it, planned out or anything. I just legitimately do want to tell the Monsters for Hire story, and I think it has an audience. I think there is an audience for this story, and if you support this video and show it, then you'll be proving that there is an audience to see the story, to tell the tale of the Monsters for Hire crew. But, yeah, if this video does somehow get enough popularity that I can convince my sister to do the artwork for at least the first part, I probably can't give it to do, a whole series, but maybe the first part of the story, then it'll be it probably won't be the first part chronologically, metaphorically. It won't be the origins of the team. It will likely be a day in the life type. If you were watching a Saturday morning cartoon and this was episode 14, it's smack dab in the middle of season 1 type stuff where the team is established, and it's just a day. I don't say day in the life, but more what a standard episode or story in this whole Monster Hire thing would be. What would be the standard state of the story? So instead of seeing the opening or some major event, which might color your experience differently, I will show you what will be a basic episode in the story. What will be the standard story that you get. So if you want to see more of it, you know what you're going to get to see. What characters you're going to see in the story, rather than focusing on how they got there. It won't completely leave you in the water. I will explain what needs to be explained for the story to be good. But yeah, sorry, cold air. But yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing the Monsters for Hire actually get to be done, to be seen, and don't worry, it should hopefully be in color, but yeah, just like I said, comment, spread this video around, share it like the plague. and comment on this video. Ask any questions you want, or just be supportive. I like to like and comment on as many videos as I can, and comments as I can, because I like to increase audience engagement. Ignore that. But yeah, if you are interested in seeing Mods of Haya get told, do what I ask, and hopefully we'll see it soon. And if we see it then, I'll make a follow-up video saying that I've convinced her, and the Mods of Haya story will begin work. So yeah, do your thing. We'll sign out.